This epic disaster is here again. You know, we've been waiting for a whole week, almost at a month. We've been waiting for a whole week to do the show, and now we're doing the show. Sort of. Cheri's on her phone. She hasn't even started. She doesn't have her headphones on yet. She's looking at some kind of Harry Potter thing. Dum 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 dum. Show started.
Sorry.
She's not even ready.
Did you really already start?
It started. We're started.
I'm sorry.
We're going.
I'm sorry.
It's all. We're halfway done with the show.
Oh, well, just continue then.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Hi everybody. How are you? How was your week? On this is a frustrating week because we're the week before. I guess the week before fall, autumn. Like a week before.
But today's temperature
is hotter than crap.
No, it's not. Today is the lowest temperature in the last 8 weeks, and it's lower than it's going to be.
I haven't been out today, but yesterday was insane.
No, today it's only 79 degrees outside right now.
Yeah, but the high today, look,
88.
It's going to be.
But it's
really
not going to
hot.
get there for another 4 hours or so. You could go outside.
My backyard is covered in leaves. Did you see that when you were back there?
did.
It looks like fall, but it doesn't feel like fall. So that's what's frustrating is it looks like it, and then you go out there and you get like Satan's breath on you, and it doesn't feel like fall. I'm waiting.
I think it's more like Satan's farts because it just kind of stinks too.
Oh, maybe it's you. I don't get that.
No, it's just when it's hot all the time. There's just this weird scent that permeates Georgia.
Oh.
I think.
Okay. I don't know anything about that.
It's not me.
Hey, you brought some interesting looking brews in today.
I did. These are wine barrel fermented raspberry blackberry Berliner style Weisse.
Oh.
It is called Mischief Managed. It is by Monday Night Brewing.
Here in Atlanta.
It's ale fermented in white wine barrels with raspberries and blackberries added.
This sounds like a beer for you.
It sounds like a really good beer for me. Mischief Managed is a white wine barrel soured and barrel fermented no boil Berliner style Weisse. Fresh raspberries and blackberries were added to barrels for secondary fermentation. Now this is recommended to be served in glassware, which I did not bring. I brought normal beer glasses.
Yes.
Doug, I'm sorry. And the serving temperature is recommended between 40 and 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Warm.
It's refrigerator temperature. Okay. I don't know what temperature
is it pronounced Weisse or Weisse?
However you want to pronounce it, I suppose.
I don't know. I don't know what the proper pronunciation is.
So,
speaking of Weisse, you know what I think? I think we should let's get a bunch of people from Atlanta together and go to Rocky Horror in October. Look at you. You talk about me not being able to pour.
What happened?
It's exploding everywhere. That won't happen to me. Look at that.
That's good. It's happening. It's happening to you.
What did you do? Shake them up?
No, I didn't shake them up.
Now there's
it's all over your
everywhere.
computer. Okay, so what happened is I opened my beer and it fizzed out the top, and so did Rick's.
Get that paper towel behind
These are
you.
from bottle. I have
it's
things
behind me. Sorry.
in my hand. Don't tell me what to do. All right, so we're pouring our beers, and it's pink, and it's pretty, and it's beautiful, and I'm really going to enjoy this beer.
I'm going to say if you're having a wedding and you want to serve some beer, at least by looks, this is the kind of beer you want to do.
This is a beautiful beer.
It's
very
is pretty.
Gorgeous.
It just reminds me of a wedding, spring, autumn wedding, whatever.
Yeah,
you got it covered.
It does kind of look like a wedding in a glass. It's kind of a. Well, I want to say coral color.
Yeah, strawberry sort of.
Yeah, I'm gonna taste it because I tasted the fizz that came out the bottle and it was really good.
Liked it.
I could have 5 of those.
I'm cleaning it up here first.
I could have 6 of those.
I haven't. You haven't even had 5 and you already want another one.
This is only 4.5% alcohol by volume, so I can have as many as I fucking want.
Okay. It's a little bit of a sour.
It is a sour.
Oh, okay. I didn't expect that.
That's kind of what a Berliner style Weisse is.
Oh, I don't know.
It's kind of sour.
I don't know. So, you know, when we do reviews, what we do a lot of times is we will buy a 6-pack, and then we'll drink 2 of them. Sometimes 1, but usually 2, and then the rest of it just stays here. And we actually put a beer fridge in our kitchen because we had so much beer left over that we've had to have somewhere to store it. And so what happens is when people come over, we're like, take beers, take some beers home.
You need to take the beer home with
Because
you.
we have so much left over. And so what happened last night, our neighborhood had a block party. And I took all of our beers to the block party.
Oh, really? Because I
and
was going to take
donated
some
them.
beer home with me today.
There's a little bit left, not
I'm
much.
just kidding. I
Also,
never take beer home with me.
Also, no, you don't. Also, I did tell them if there was any left over and they didn't want to keep them, we would take them back. And I'm hoping not, because we'll
Nobody's
stock up
gonna
a
give
whole
you
bunch
back
more.
beer. Nobody's going to give you back beer.
He seemed like he didn't really want to have a bunch of them left over, but he did tell people to take home whatever they wanted.
So people took it home and they're not going to give it back. Now,
that's
what I did not buy a 6-pack this time. I bought these are bottles. These are good sized bottles. It's a pint bottle, and they're pretty bottles, and I like the artwork on it. Even though it's Mischief managed, which to me obviously reminds me of Harry Potter. What's going on?
I don't know. My podcast window that I'm recording is flipping out, and I don't know why.
Should we pause for a moment and make sure our podcast is going well?
We'll return after these messages. Hi, welcome back. We had to restart the computer. Something really freaky was going on. Something still kind of freaky is going on, but it looks like it might be resolved. I hope there's no problems. Sometimes that happens when you're doing podcasts,
Perhaps we should stop and listen to what we already recorded before we continue, because I don't want to be here for 2 hours.
No, I mean, it recorded something. Who knows? We'll find out what it all is.
All right.
We'll find out later. As I was saying, so I took all this beer to the block party, and people drank it up. So we don't have it anymore. All that beer is gone.
Yeah.
The beer is gone. We're starting anew. Our beer fridge is empty, basically.
Well, you won't have any to add to it today, because this is a beer that I only got 2 bottles of, and I intend to drink as much of it as I can, because I really like it so far.
Yeah.
It is called Mischief Managed, and the artwork is fun. It is Harry Potter artwork. It's a creature that looks like a mouse with Harry Potter glasses on, and he's got a little hair thing that comes down in front, but it's shaped like a lightning bolt, and he's got a tie on in Gryffindor colors, and he's carrying a wand, and it's got berries all around him. And I am really pleased with this artwork. I really like it. I might keep this bottle. We'll see.
You can have mine too.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll tell everyone what we think about it when it's done.
Yeah.
What else should we do? Should we move right into Would You Rather?
Yeah, let's do a Would You Rather first.
One of my friends today posted a Would You Rather
Question?
Facebook thing, and it had the Would You Rather logo, so they must have an app or something.
They
was
must.
this one. It wasn't the one. It wasn't Zabmondo.
Oh, okay.
It was a different
It was the newer Would You Rather.
That's correct.
Okay, by Justin and Dave.
If you don't know, Would You Rather, what we do this every episode, which is basically just kind of like a Would You Rather question, and then we chat about it, because a lot of times it opens up doors to many, many other ideas and possibilities and dilemma.
We pick a color by dropping a stone,
Which will be green today. You'll drop a green one.
and that corresponds to the category, and then we go from there. Okay. So, hey, look, it's purple.
I meant purple. All right, purple. Would you rather drink a cup of sewer water with no visible sewage, so strained sewer water, I'm assuming,
Okay.
probably designer, maybe craft sewage water?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or eat a cup of rancid and unidentifiable garbage? One of the two. It's basically the exact same question, but anyway, because sewer water is unidentifiable garbage.
I'm just gonna go with the water.
There's no winning on this one.
There's no. I mean, pick one.
Yeah.
50-50.
I think either one of them you're going to end up barfing.
Well, yeah, and possibly needing antibiotics.
Or just dying. Totally dying. All right. We know what you'd do now.
One or the other?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. It's my turn.
Yes.
Red. I feel red strongly.
You got blue. Okay. So, would you rather have a constant yellow jaundiced look
No, I don't know.
or a constant red sunburned look?
I don't know what a yellow jaundice look really looks like.
You just look sick.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I know what red sunburn looks like. I I am a white guy, and I'm a very white guy. I'm a kind of a
Iridescent.
extremely
No, translucent.
Scots-Irish,
Yes.
Celtic white guy.
Yes.
And I can be very pink, and if I go out in the sun or do activities, I will be very red.
Mm-hmm. So you're used to that color.
Yeah.
You can coordinate with it.
I don't know if I would want. I mean, that would be like this color, the color of our beer, all the time.
All the time. You would look like a lobster constantly.
I'm not sure that I would want to do that, but I don't know what the yellow jaundice look like.
The yellow jaundice is not fun. I was jaundiced as a baby when I was born. My mom tried to kill me in the womb, and I was bright yellow. Now, mind you, I was also born with black monkey hair all over me, so I was bright yellow with black monkey peach fuzz all over me. I don't know why it's monkey, but they said I look like a yellow monkey. And yeah, so
all I know is
what?
Red and yellow, black and white. Jesus loves you all. So I would still be loved by Jesus if I was red or yellow, because
black or white.
That's included in the list.
That's true.
No brown people, no pink people.
Apparently not.
No, you have to be those colors only. Apparently,
that's not fair.
It's not fair, but the song says it, and I trust in the song. So I'm going to go with red because that's listed first. Red, yellow, black, and so I would be first on Jesus' list. That's why I'm picking red today.
Okay. Well, happy Jesus to you.
That's right. All right.
I have a present for you.
Oh, is it a Jesus present?
No, it has nothing to do with Jesus, thank goodness.
Like a present you brought in?
I brought this present in.
Wow.
You
never give me presents. I'm always giving you presents. You never give me presents.
Fuck off. I purchased this present online, and I waited, and then it showed up at my door.
Okay.
And then I opened it so
it's
I
like
could look at it.
You actually ordered it. You were online. You were like, oh, wow, he would like this, and you ordered it.
Yes.
Wow, so it's like a Christmas present.
You
actually thought about me.
Actually, I made it.
You made it?
I made it.
Oh, now I'm scared.
And I ordered it, a copy of what I made. And now I'm giving it to you.
So it's not the original.
No, this is the original. This is the one I made.
Okay. Should we go for it?
It's printed.
Do I need to close my eyes?
No, you need to open your eyes so you can see what it is.
It's flat.
Yes.
It's in a flat mailer here.
Yes.
Which is about, 8.5 by 11, somewhere around there. I'm pulling it out. It is a white piece of cardboard.
Uh-huh. That's all that's in there.
There you go.
It's wrapped in plastic.
Wrapped in plastic. White piece of cardboard. Oh, God. You know who's going to love this.
Yes, I do.
All right. So we'll have to post a picture of this. My crazy Australian Shepherd dog, who was 6 years old a couple days ago, you have a picture of her with her crazy eyes in a wedding dress. Now that we're talking about wedding, I don't know what that is. Is that looks like
it's more of like you
would wear on the Titanic?
It's a very formal,
which is appropriate.
It's a very formal white gown. It's
Yes.
not a wedding dress. It's more of an evening attire for a high class.
Which, if you know my dog, that's so not her. So, have you shown it to my wife?
No, I have not.
Okay, because she is going to flip out over that. That she will love that. Well, thank you for, thank you for it.
You're very
That's
welcome.
Crazy. That's her insane crazy look.
Yes.
It's actually more of a happy look.
It's a very happy look. This is my favorite picture I've ever taken of her. I took the photo, I created this image, and I had it printed.
That's very, very funny. It's perfect. It's appropriate for her birthday. Her 6th birthday. She just turned 6.
It's in her pretty birthday outfit. That's what it is. So we're going to frame this.
Now, just for no reason other than just history, talking about our dog, I got this dog. Keely is her name. The year we broke up.
Yes. And I was still living with you.
You were, and it was Christmas time. And around Thanksgiving, my dog, who I had for 11 years, my Australian Shepherd, died.
Yes.
I was out of town, and you were there, and you got to die with him.
I did. A little piece of me definitely died with him.
Great dog, my favorite dog of all time. And so I was on the road, and then I came home, and then we had split up, and we were kind of really sort of not communicating or anything. And you know what happens when you're sort of splitting up.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was coming along Christmas time, and I just thought, I'm not going to get another dog. Though how can you replace a dog that you just love?
Exactly. You can't
So
replace it.
I decided I wasn't going to do it. And then as it started getting closer to Christmas, and then you and I weren't communicating, and I was just like, I need a friend. I need a I need a buddy. And you know what? Screw it. I'm getting another dog. It's not a replacement. Life goes on. There are dogs who need a person. So I'm getting another dog. So I knew I wanted an Aussie because of my friend who died was an Aussie. And so I started looking at Aussie rescues. And I found some gorgeous Aussies. And then I would say, I want that dog. And they would be like, well, there's 14 people ahead of you.
Right.
And I would never be able to get that dog. So I just thought, crap, what am I going to do? And I thought, I'll go to Craigslist and I'll look on Craigslist. So I got on Craigslist and I looked. And all I could find in the Aussies was somebody in Alabama had just had a litter of Aussies born. Now, this, I don't think it was a puppy mill, but they were breeders. They bred Aussies. Actually, from what I remember, they bred Aussies and Rottweilers.
Okay.
Those are the two dogs. So they had one Aussie left from the litter. And I was like, I want a male. Is it male? And they were like, yes, it's male. And I was like, okay. And then, actually, I think I might have said I wanted female, and they said it was male. And I was like, oh, I already had a male. I kind of wanted a female. And then they were like, wait a minute. No, we made a mistake. The one we have left is female. And I was like, all right, I want it. So I drove to Alabama, 2.5 hours away, and went to this place. And I got this little tiny ball of fur.
Yes.
And scampering around the yard, running around. And I got to see her mother, her father, and her grandmother. And then I packed her up in my car and drove back.
Yes, you did. And then you showed up. And you had a puppy with you.
And for 2 years, she did not stop peeing everywhere.
She was a puppy.
She peed
with no training
everywhere
at all.
For 2 years.
With no training at all.
No, she had training. I trained her not to pee, but
no,
she did it anyway.
You didn't.
And then finally she stopped. And it has taken, she just turned 6, and it's taken her that long to actually calm down and be a normal. She's still not calm.
She's not normal or calm.
She's not calm, but she's so much calmer than she was. And I walked her this weekend. When I walked her, it was just like walking a bumblebee. I mean, it was difficult.
Yes.
She walked, it was so amazing. She walked in a straight line with that little tick, 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 tick.
No, she didn't.
Like my other dog used to do.
You're lying.
So and I got him when he was 6 years old.
Yes.
So I think maybe, if I get another 11 years with her, like I did my other one, that's okay.
We'll see.
She's fun, though. She's nothing like the other one. I was expecting to get the same personality, but when you're getting dogs, you just never know what you're going to get, just like people.
Your previous dog, Kiefer, was the epitome of what an Australian Shepherd is not.
He was like a cat.
He was a very zen dog.
Yoda.
You could just say, like, don't come through this door, and he wouldn't. You could put a chair in his way, and he would think it was the wall.
We've discovered that.
China.
I think that's Aussie personality, because Keely's like that. You can put a shoe in front of the door, and she will not pass by it. It's really, really weird. She has some kind of thing about that, and he did too. It was just like, that's a barrier. I'm not going to cross it.
But what she has that he didn't have is she has that Aussie mentality of A, I have to herd things. B, I have to make sure that everything is safe and secure. And C, I need a job to do. And
he was like that when I first got him, though, and you didn't really know him during that part. He was a lot more energetic when I first got him. He worked on a farm. They said that he used to go and piss off the horses. He liked to screw with the horses,
nip at their heels and stuff. Yeah,
and I mean, he definitely calmed down from that. But I think that's probably what Keely would have liked. She would have loved to have been a farm dog. But,
oh God, yeah.
I think that's my dog. If I get another dog, it'll be an Aussie.
Okay.
I love the Aussies. That's my favorites.
Well, I have a pit bull, and I love her to death.
Mm-hmm.
And she's at home right now. I did not bring her.
Tearing up the pillows?
Maybe, because I did leave a pillow out. I'm testing her.
Yeah.
I left a pillow out. I'm testing her. I'm trying to see if I can afford to buy more pillows.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving one of my bed pillows out to see if she tears it up.
Yeah, I go to Big Lots and buy a bunch of cheapies for a while.
Yeah.
You have to do that until she gets a little bit older.
Well, I don't want... The thing is it's not about the pillow. I'll spend the money on the pillow. It's not a problem. Mm-hmm. What it is I don't want her eating and ingesting what's in the pillows.
Right.
So that's my concern.
I knew somebody who had some Dobermans, and they would eat like pantyhose or anything that was on the floor.
Yeah.
Socks.
Yeah. anything.
Had to have a few surgeries to actually get some of that out of their system.
Especially with nylons like that. That I saw a dog once when I was younger who had eaten pantyhose and they had lined his intestines.
Hello.
And unfortunately, that dog did not make it.
Ooh.
Yeah, because the surgery apparently was impossible at that point. Anyways, let's move on from that
Eating pantyhose.
That depressing subject, and let's move on to a fun subject, I guess.
Fun subject.
Maybe?
What?
Fun?
Dream
Dream
time?
stuff, yeah.
Well, it's weird because I want this podcast to turn into a dream podcast.
I know.
But
we're both big dreamers.
I know. Well, kind of off and on. But I had a dream I wanted to discuss with you too. And it's a good time for me to say, again, to remind people, I will interpret your dreams for free. All you have to do is send them to thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. I will tell you what your dreams mean. You don't have to put your name on your dream if you don't want to, or you can put your name on and then say, don't read my name. I don't care. But just in the dream, thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. I'll interpret it for you. Now, you did mention to me before we started this podcast that you did not want me to interpret this dream for you.
That's correct, because this dream is almost as blatantly obvious as it can possibly be.
So everybody's already going to interpret it.
There's no need for interpretation.
Is there a snake in it?
No, there's a bear in it.
Oh, okay.
Now, you had mentioned your dream with tornadoes.
Yes.
My tornado, quote unquote, is a bear.
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah. So whenever I dream about brown bears, they're violent dreams. People get mauled and ripped to shreds, and it happens.
Are the bears male or female, or do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
And a mixture. The worst one I ever had was there were probably 20 or 30 bears just tearing up people into bits. Now, what I have noticed is that when I start dreaming about bears, it's because I have a lot of rage building up.
Okay, so it's no coincidence that they are brown bears, and your last name is Brown.
Well,
so that's what we think.
You're working on interpretation already, and I told you not to.
Well, I'm just saying the overall, this particular icon in your dream.
It's always been a brown bear.
Yeah, I was going to ask you did you have these dreams before you moved to Alaska, or are they tied in? Because Alaska, you can run into a bear there.
Sure.
A lot, and I'm just wondering if maybe they're tied into that. Maybe you had a little bit of fear when you moved there or something.
No, I never had any fear of running into a bear. When I did go out into the woods and do my fishing and my hiking and my camping and whatnot, I always had a gun appropriate for the size bear that they had in Alaska, which is not a tiny little black bear. It's a very large brown bear. So I would carry my .45 with me. But anyways, I don't believe I ever dreamed of bears prior to moving there, but I moved there in my teens, and while I'm sure I had rage prior to that, I'm not sure that I acknowledged it. I had dreams in.
Speaking of brown bear.
Speaking of Buddhas.
Our big dog just entered the studio. Buddha lay down.
Came in. But anyways, prior to that, I had recurring dreams about a very large evil man.
Okay.
And he became less so as the dreams went on. Like I would
less large or less evil?
Both.
Okay.
He just became ridiculous at some point because I just started seeing him in my dreams and recognizing him. And I'm the kind of dreamer that I realize I'm dreaming and I can stop and turn around in some dreams and be like, dude, what are you doing here? And what's funny is those dreams, he started wearing disguises. He would show up in my dreams with like really bad toupees on. I don't know where this came from, but these dreams went on for a good 15.
Wait a minute, you're that guy. And he's like, dang it.
15, 16 years. And it dawned on me that while he was frightening and while he chased me away and scared me away from things, he never hurt me. Okay, so
well, what was he trying to do? Just get in your dream?
He was
wanted credits.
No, maybe
dream credits.
He was just getting his SAG card, is what it was.
Yeah.
No, he was scaring me away from. What I discovered is that he was protecting me from things. He was chasing me away from things. He was scaring me off from realizations, that kind of thing. And when I finally discovered who he was and what he was doing and I laughed him off, that's when shit got real, because then there was nothing to protect me from those things anymore.
Oh, so he was actually doing you a favor.
He was, but
In a
he was
way.
in a horrible, nasty way. Like the first time I ever had a dream about him, I was 7. And he stayed in my dreams until I was at least 18, 19 years old. I started dreaming about bears later than that, probably mid-20s. And yes, I was living in Alaska by then. I moved to Alaska when I was 15. And in most of my bear dreams, they're big, nasty brown bears, and they're mad, and they will eat you. And now, not all bears are going to do that. Most bears will turn around and walk away because they're afraid of you. But if you get in their space, if you cross their path, if you get between them and their babies, they will eat you. And it doesn't take much for them to do that. So I started dreaming about bears, and it was very frightening because they were like, I have very vivid dreams, and there was a lot of blood. Let's put it that way, and body parts and things. And I was always trying to keep people safe from the bear. So in this particular dream that I had the other night, now mind you, I haven't had a bear dream in at least a year, probably longer than that. And I had a bear dream the other night. And in this bear dream, I was in the woods. I'm always in the woods. And that's what's funny to me is, you know, there's a saying, when you feel like you're in the woods, you know, you can't see out of the woods, you're trapped or whatever. You're just in the woods. And I'm always in the woods when I have bear dreams.
Let me ask you this.
What?
Does a brown bear shit in the woods?
Only if you watch it.
Oh.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Well,
it
there's
just
the
gets
answer to
really
that.
it just gets really compacted and
Okay.
looks for people so that it can poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in a building. It's a small, like a cabin, very small cabin, and just outside the door is a sleeping brown bear. Exactly. And he's out, and now I still have to go outside
I don't think I would.
to do various things.
I wouldn't suggest that you do that.
And there are other people involved in this dream.
Were they in the house with you?
There was like 1 or 2 people in the dream that might have been in the house, and we're outside. And through the whole dream, what I'm doing is I am tiptoeing around this bear. Okay? Don't wake the bear. Don't wake the bear. And I am tiptoeing around the bear, and other people are coming up, and I'm like, shh, 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 the bear is sleeping. Don't wake up the bear. Don't touch the bear. Don't make a sound. Don't wake up the bear. Right? Now, the bear in my dreams in the past has always represented my rage, so this is not, there's no need to interpret this dream. And at some point in the dream, I was like, ultimately, this bear is going to wake up. And when the bear wakes up is normally when I hide and I let it tear other people to shreds in my dreams in the past. That's what I've done, is I will find shelter for myself and whomever else is around me, close and convenient, and then I just let it go. And in this dream, I made a conscious decision, when the bear wakes up, I'm going to let it get me. And I let it get me. And in my dream, it woke up. Now, I didn't intend to wake it up. I didn't try to wake it up. I didn't make it, possible. Ultimately, I knew it was going to wake up. And it did. And it saw me. And it got me. And it tore me to shreds. And it was painful. And it hurt a lot. And I was the bloody mess that most people in my dreams end up being. I turned into that. And that's when I woke up.
And you were alive and not ripped to shreds, and the bear was not real.
When I woke up, yeah.
You got the final.
When I woke up, that's what happened exactly.
In the dream, the bear won.
That would be weird if
in the dream, the bear won,
Yeah.
and in reality, you won.
right, because I let it eat me.
Right.
Now, but when I woke up, I realized something, and I gave it some thought, and I let it sit with me for the day, and I really considered this. Something that I guess I kind of knew in the back of my mind, but never really brought to the dreams, is that, like, I've done medicine cards, and I've done, meditations, and I've done other spirit animal things, and it's always a brown bear. In every single scenario, my main animal in my medicine cards is I am the brown bear. In meditations looking for a protector, the protector is always the brown bear. And so you can look at that in a number of ways. You can say my rage is my protector. You can say that the bear in my dreams keeps me from raging. So, the bear does the dirty work in my dreams and I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I guess what it was is when I woke up, I had this weird kind of feeling that, I'm not taking very good care of myself. I'm allowing other people to do it. I'm depending on them to take care of me, and that has to stop.
Okay.
So from here on out, I have to be a little more independent, a little less dependent on others, and really just be accountable for my shit.
Keep the bears off your porch.
Keep the bears off my porch.
Yeah, a couple of warning shots will do that.
No, don't shoot the bear.
No, I'm not saying shoot. I said warning shots.
I love the bear.
I'm not shooting the bear.
Even Buddha got upset when you said that.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to give me some insight, what would you say?
I don't know. I feel like that it's obviously a struggle. It's a struggle. You say your rage. I tend to believe that. I think the bear is your unrestrained personality, your definitely dangerous personality, the part of you that is, I don't know, you could say ego or just whatever. It's just your wild, unpredictable, destructive personality.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important that you let it get you and it ripped you to shreds and you woke up.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to realize that what was, at least in your mind, the worst scenario, it will kill you. The real scenario was you killed it. Because you woke up.
Because I woke up.
It's not real.
It's not real.
And I think that's the message, is that it isn't real. It can kill you if you give it the power or if you stay in the dream. But when you wake up, you're in control. It's you.
Yeah.
The bear doesn't have a reality.
And I guess that's where that dependency thing came from, is that I'm depending on other people to tell me who I am, to take care of me, and just on basic needs. I'm asking people to do things that I just need to shut up and do it myself. I don't have a partner. I don't have a family. I don't have people to depend on for things that you would depend on partners and families for. So that's all me, and I have to take ownership of it.
What is going on in your life that you feel like rage has consumed you? Because that's basically what happened. Do you know, and I'm not saying you have to say it, but do you know of an incident or incidents or a tone in your current life situation where your rage is consuming you?
Yes.
So that's what maybe that's about.
Yeah, I think so. And it's cumulative. It's not one thing. It's not two things.
Right.
It's cumulative.
But you have hidden from it in all of your dreams.
Yes.
You've let it get on other people while you didn't take responsibility. You
Right.
hid.
Yep.
And then let it go.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time when you have faced it and you said, I'm going to let you get me. It did, and in your dream you died, but in real life you survived. So I feel like it's significant. What it means overall, I guess, is a matter of time. You just, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
You may not know immediate, but I feel like that next time maybe that the rage happens, you're like, you can't consume me.
I don't know. It feels like a bit of
You don't have real power.
It feels like a warning, almost like a wake-up call,
Mm-hmm.
that I am now responsible to either heed or not. And if I don't, what's going to happen next?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it just going to continue to accumulate into something worse?
Okay.
Or do I take action now and not allow that to happen?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I got from it. That's where I was when I woke up, and that's where I've been since I've analyzed it myself over the last few days. So, yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you survived. It would have been weird. It would have been like a horror movie if it ate you and then, the next day you were just body parts in your bed.
And then I was able to come over here and talk to you about it.
Yeah, well,
That'd
I don't
be
know. The
even
police would
weirder.
show up and they'd be like, what the hell happened here?
That'd be more of a supernatural dream.
Looks like a bear attack, Sarge. There's no bears here.
In a locked room with a dog in the other room?
Yeah.
Yeah, not likely. And the cat's fine?
Sounds like a great movie, though.
Doesn't it?
Like this dream bear is killing people in real life.
It's like Freddy, only not.
Barry.
Teddy.
Teddy.
It's Teddy.
Teddy.
Yes.
Teddy Krueger.
It's a nightmare on Rollins Street
Yeah.
is what it is. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Interesting.
So, you said that you, thank you for listening to our dreams, by the way. I mean, this feels like therapy. I almost started crying, and I'm not past that yet. It could still happen.
The listeners like, oh, God.
The listeners are like,
dream.
Jesus
What is
Christ,
happening?
y'all need to just go to therapy. But this is why we do this, because this is so much cheaper.
Yeah.
So much cheaper than going to see a therapist, because trust me, I've been looking into it, and I just can't right now. So, anyways, you had mentioned that you had a dream that was odd as well.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So you can analyze this if you want to. I'm not sure what it means exactly. It's fairly simple. I have to give a little. Not a disclaimer, prerequisite, not a prerequisite. What a pre? Anyway, I have a little description at the beginning.
Preface?
Yeah, I guess we can go with that.
Okay.
And I'm only saying this because it has to do with the dream. I'm not saying it in a way to like say something about me, but I've been getting back into meditation.
Right.
Which is something I normally do personally, and I don't particularly want to like put it out in public. But the dream has something to do with that, so I want to talk about that. I kind of quit doing any kind of meditation, spiritual stuff, whatever, for like 10 years, and I started getting back into it. So I've been into it pretty heavy for about 2.5, 3 weeks now, maybe. I think it could have been longer, but I think it's about that. And then I had this dream. This was probably early last week. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. So you and I were in the dream, and we went, and I don't know what this was. It was someone's house, apparently. I don't know why we were there, but we were going to be staying there, like we were on a journey or something, and we were just going to be, it's like a B&B or something. We were just going to be staying and then going on our way. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a hotel. It was it was definitely somebody's residence. I can't remember if there were details now on why we were there, who the person was or anything, but I know we were there. And so this is why I associate this with meditation, because we're in this house, and the entire house had no anything. It was the walls. It was almost like an adobe house where the walls were concrete, smooth, no corners. Everything was smooth, rounded.
So it could have been cob or adobe or something.
Very,
some kind
very
of clay.
high ceilings. You can't even see them. I mean, like several stories. And there were nothing on the walls, no pictures.
Okay.
Everything. It was very bare.
Ooh.
And there was a dude. There was like one couch sitting up against a wall, and there was a dude reading a paper, and he had a light next to him, and that was all that was in there.
Wow. Okay.
And so we go in there, and then over kind of towards the left, there's a little hallway situation that goes back, and I guess this was supposed to be a door, but it was actually a chalk drawing,
Okay.
a chalk outline of a door, but it was oval, and it was really big, and it was like drawn on the wall. And so that was supposed to be the entrance to the room or whatever. So when they were kind of like, what's this freaky place? I don't know
Sure.
what this is. And the guy is just like, that'll be your bedroom over there. This is where you'll stay. So we were like, okay. I had to go do something. I don't know if I was bringing in luggage.
Okay.
I really don't know, but I had to walk out, leave the space for just a short time. And then I came back. The dude is still there. He's reading and doing whatever, and you're not there.
Okay.
And I'm like, where'd Cheri go? And he's like, she went, and I think she went into the bedroom or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. So I waited, and you didn't show up. And I started looking around. I couldn't find you. And then went into the bedroom. I looked around. You weren't there. So I came back, and I was like, where did you say she was? And he was like, oh, she said she had to go somewhere.
Interesting.
And I was like, okay. And I started suddenly getting this really creepy feeling, and I knew this guy was lying to me.
Okay.
So I knew he had you somewhere. He did something with you but I didn't know where you were or anything about that. I knew who, and so then I started getting really scared. And I remember I had to call. I was like, I need to call the cops. I need to find, report that somebody's done. And I do remember I called the police to tell. And I don't, it's been a while. Kind of the details have disappeared. But I never found you, and that's all I can remember of the dream. That detail.
Interesting.
Dude, I just know he did something.
He lied to you about where I went.
I felt that he was lying. Whether he was or not, I don't know. But he was just creepy. And okay, so. I haven't interpreted the dream. I'm not totally sure. It's hard to interpret your own dream. Sometimes
Sure.
I could do it. I just know, or I feel, because I've said this on the podcast before. Anytime you're in a house or a room, that represents your consciousness. That represents your inner self, your person. So I feel like that room, it's significant that it was bare and there were no corners because I'd been getting into meditation.
Okay.
So that's part of what you do in meditation is really try to get to a point of silence and simple, inner simpleness. And God knows I have a lot of inner simpleness.
Yes, you do.
And so I feel like that in a way was what that represented. That particular house was that. It was nothing on the walls. So it was just a very, very simple
Did
house.
you fall asleep meditating that night?
I don't no.
You don't
No,
do
I don't.
that at
I don't
night?
usually meditate at night. I usually do in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
I like to meditate right before as I'm falling asleep.
I
It makes for some fun dreams.
yeah. It also for me anyway makes lazy meditation. So and I'm not saying I don't do it. I have done it, but usually I try. I don't like to fall asleep, and if I feel myself getting drowsy, I'll put a stop to it, and then I'll go to sleep and try to really say this is meditation, this is sleep. I don't want to mix them.
Oh.
But no, not that I'm aware
Okay,
of. But
so
I
you
know
were-
that I have been doing it for a while, so I really feel like the effects had been going on for a while.
Sure.
And so I think that is what the room
Represented.
probably represented or came from. But I don't know who that dude was. I don't know why we would go to a creepy house with a dude
With just a couch and a lamp
who was reading,
and no actual door to the bedroom.
a chalk line for a door. It was, again, very simple. The whole thing was simple. No door, chalk line for a door. One dude, one couch, one piece of furniture. That's it in this
And then
house.
for him to tell you I went in there.
Well, he lied to me,
Right.
apparently. But then it was just, he started off being a creepy dude, and then it became very sinister. And then I was like, he's more than just creepy dude.
Okay.
He's done something, maybe, I don't know if he's killed you, I don't know if he's kidnapped you, put you in a dungeon, or turned you loose onto his brown bear. I don't know
It's possible.
what he did.
But okay, so again, in dreams, it's not necessarily me that was there. I was just representing part of you because the people in your dreams are often aspects of yourself. So there's part of you that you see needing some sort of, not necessarily protection, but you've lost something or some part of you has gone away and you don't know where it went and it feels like it was taken from you. Maybe.
That doesn't ring true for anything. I'm not saying it's not, but I can't think of, I can't connect that with anything.
So some aspect of you is gone.
No, and two, I didn't feel in the dream that it had anything to do with me. I was very concerned about that you were in danger.
Interesting. Maybe it's the same night I had the dream about the bear and I
It
was
could be,
getting
but I mean,
ripped to shreds.
when I'm saying that, it could be me feeling powerless to help people.
That
but
could
I don't
be it
know.
too.
But I don't know why. I just think the environment was weird. It could be from a meditation standpoint, you're in simpleness, and there's one little piece of mind that's still left.
Yeah,
That's that guy,
it's that guy.
and he's evil.
That's ego.
Yeah, I mean, he could be the remainder of the ego. What's he doing? He's reading the paper. He's getting information. He's getting head knowledge.
Right.
But I don't know why he got you. Why he and you were gone. I mean, you were at the very beginning of the dream, and then the rest of the dream. And I feel like the rest part of the dream that I can't remember that would involve searching for you. I think when the cops came and everything, they were actually searching.
But
we
I
never
never-
found you. We never found you.
I was lost forever.
Yeah, and I don't think I completed the dream. I think I woke up before anything happened, but throughout that, I never found you. So I don't know what that means.
Interesting.
Don't know what that part means.
Okay.
Don't know why you were in there, what you were doing, or why you got lost, or why somebody's got you.
Well, I'm not going to take it personally
It wasn't personal.
Okay. Just let creepy guy get me. Just walk away, go get luggage or whatever. Leave me alone with creepy guy, who you already said was creepy.
It was creepy, but
and you just left me alone in the room with him.
I certainly didn't expect that he was dangerous. I just, you just go somewhere and you're just kind of like, ooh, that kind of feels weird.
So see, that's what I get for depending on people.
But we go to, I don't know what we were doing. We're like going on some adventure. Who knows? I don't know.
Well, adventures are fun.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So at the very, very, very beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
It's not the very beginning. I just remember.
Okay, scratch that.
Kind of toward the beginning in Tibet, isn't it Tibet? I'm certainly thinking maybe it's not Tibet, but I kind of think it is. When Marion has she's doing the drinking games at the very beginning, and she's out in this remote part of what I think. I don't know why. Mongolia, Tibet, somewhere like that.
Nepal?
I don't know. Nepal. I believe it is Nepal. Isn't that in Tibet? Anyway, so there was something about it that I connect with that.
Really?
Yeah. The lighting.
Yes.
In
the
that
color.
Yeah, that lighting scheme. There was a lot of blues and really cool colors, and then you had that light right in the middle where the guy was reading, which was warm. And I don't know, there was something about it that made me feel like that part of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Again, no idea what it means.
No idea. I got nothing.
Can't interpret it.
I got nothing.
No,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
on my own.
I'm not as good at interpreting dreams as you are.
And the reason why I feel like the actual building was very significant. And I could be wrong about that, but I do feel like that it was tied into meditation kind of stuff.
Sure.
So it could have something to do. I just don't know why you're there. You're not in my meditation. I don't meditate on you. I don't know why you were there. I don't know why someone took you away and why I really cared. Why I freaked out. Why that was a big part. Why, I don't know.
Okay, so in the meditative, looking at it from the meditative point of view, you have cleared out most of your mind. Except for that one shining, warm light with creepy dude getting information. That's all that was left. Just that one dude.
Apparently.
What did the couch look like?
I can't remember. Just a regular couch. Modern.
Okay. Like my style?
Probably. I mean, I don't remember exactly, but I mean, it wasn't like a floral pattern or any kind of, it wasn't big stuffed or anything. It was just like what you would see in a hotel, maybe.
Okay.
Hotel
Okay.
couch.
Just rando couch.
Yeah.
All right. So here's dude in the one shining, warm space in the room, but it didn't feel welcoming.
It felt foreign. I will say that.
Okay.
I won't say it wasn't welcoming. It was odd, and it was like when you go somewhere, probably even in another country, where it's just a visual that you're not used to seeing, and you feel that's interesting. It's pretty. It's something you're kind of amazed at,
Okay.
and you don't know what to do. But in a way, you just kind of have to go, okay, this is the way they do stuff.
Oh, okay.
So we accept that. I mean, this is where we're staying tonight. Who knows? It's an adventure. It's part of the adventure. We accept it and we move on.
All right. Well, I got nothing for you, but if our listeners have any ideas on your dream or mine and they want to chime in, they can reach us at thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. Plus, Rick will interpret your dreams, and I'll chime in if you want me to. And just send it in to us, again, at that email address.
That's right.
And we'll see what we can do. And I am very good at romantic advice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't follow it by any way, shape, or form, but
Yeah.
I'm very good at giving it.
Yeah, for some time we've been saying we'll do dreams or romantic advice. Just send in your questions, your dreams, and no one's done it yet. I think everybody's shy. Everybody's a little afraid.
They're scared of us.
I think so.
I think they're scared of us.
I think they're afraid of what they're going to
And they're
find out
scared
about
of us
themselves.
because they're afraid I'm going to put their faces on images like this one of Keeley that I am going to take a photo of and post
it.
Yes.
That's frightening.
Yes.
Well, it's almost October.
I know.
Almost October. Craziness in October. In October, we always say it's when we're packed up. Our schedule's packed up.
Halloween.
A lot of stuff happening in October, but I kind of want to do another one. I'm just saying it out loud. We don't have anything formal yet. If you're in the Atlanta area and you would like to go see Rocky Horror Picture Show
Ooh, let's do that.
one weekend in October with us, the This Epic Disaster Rocky Horror viewing. I think we should do that. I want to do that.
Are they still doing it at the Plaza?
Yes,
Okay.
and I think we should do it. My wife has never seen it.
What?
Yes.
I was in it.
I know.
Like, not
you
the movie,
performed.
but I performed.
But I want to get a group together and go. I want her to see it. I want her to finally see it. And I think October is the time to go see Rocky Horror.
Yes.
You don't want to go too close to Halloween. I actually went on Halloween Day one time. It was supposed to happen, and I went, and they publicized it, big Halloween thing. When I
But
showed
nothing
up,
happened?
not a single person there. I don't know what
Really?
happened.
That's weird.
I took someone with me. We stayed up until midnight.
Do you remember all of the audience participation bits?
Well, they've changed so much since I haven't been in years.
Well, neither have
In
I.
my 30s.
Have they really changed that much, do you think?
There were references to Reagan and Jimmy Carter and Gerald Ford.
Right?
People don't know what that means anymore, and they've got their own. And, honestly, there's probably stuff we don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
'Cause
the
we're
thing about
old.
Rocky Horror is it constantly evolves. And what I'm afraid of is you got old people like me shouting out Gerald Ford jokes, and then you got young people shouting out Ariana Grande jokes, and we don't know.
We don't get it.
We're like, what?
Who's that?
I can't figure it
Yeah.
out. So everything in the middle. And I think as it goes along, every generation probably has their own little soundtrack, maybe, I guess.
The one that will last for eternity is Damn It, Janet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's never
One of
going
my
away.
favorites is The Bannister's Lucky. That's all I'm going to say. I always
Yes.
liked that one.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's just such a fun time. So if you want to do that with us, one or two people out there, if you want to get together with us, we'll just all meet down there one weekend
Absolutely.
at midnight. We got four weeks to choose from. Probably the earlier the better. And we'll go do a Rocky Horror Night.
Yeah, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one of the things that I would like to take you to, I'm not sure how you would handle it,
Oh,
is
I know what you're going to say.
Netherworld.
Not going to do it. We've already been invited and we turned it down.
Why?
I'm just not a haunted house person. I'm just not.
But people travel from other states to come to Netherworld.
Totally understand it. It's just not
One
my
of our
thing.
listeners works at Netherworld and could probably get us tickets.
I've already been invited and we've turned them down.
You're just not going to do
No, I'm not going to do it. This is not my thing. I'm not a haunted house person.
it. Okay.
But I do expect that you will go and give us a report because you did last year, and we need to have kind of review.
Yeah,
of
I'll
what goes
probably
on.
go a couple of times.
What
this
I would
year.
love to have is and you can coordinate this.
What?
Get someone from Netherworld to be on our podcast and talk about it. I think that would be an awesome thing.
I can make that happen.
You should do that.
I'm going to make that happen.
We need that as a guest. So, but no, from a theatrical standpoint, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
From a technical standpoint, like I would design a haunted house. I love.
Oh, yeah.
I have been to haunted house things. I've been to several of them. I'm not a fan of several things, mostly for personal reasons. But it's just not my thing. And I've been to enough of them. Yeah, I've seen some good ones. I've seen some bad ones. And I've just seen enough where I'm just like, that's enough. I'm not going to do any more. I don't need any more.
So one of our listeners, the stalker, was here
Yes.
last October, and I took her to Netherworld. And it was so funny because we're going through there, and people, jump out at you, the actors in costume, either the ones that are standing there looking like statues and then suddenly they aren't,
Right.
or the ones that run up on you, anybody like that, or peek in at you and stuff. Every time somebody would do that to her, she would point in their face and go, "No.
Yeah.
No."
Right.
That's all she would do. Like she was reprimanding a bad dog.
like
She would just
Somebody's mom at the haunted
no.
house.
Yes.
Back off. You will not scare me.
No.
Back off.
No.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun.
I don't know. I kind of feel like that sometimes. Again, maybe it's just an age thing. You get to the point you're just like, whatever. Let the kids have fun. I don't know. Most of the time, I don't find it. I don't feel like there's someone really crazy with a chainsaw killing people there. So I have to somehow in my head pretend that I believe that. And then if I think it's cheesy or not scary, then I feel like if I give the reaction of no, I feel like I owe them an apology. I'm like, well, you worked so hard to be scary, and I wasn't scared, and I'm sorry. I just don't think this is scary. And then it's just like, why are you here? So I'm just like, okay, then I shouldn't be there.
What I think it is that you honestly do not like that startle effect.
I don't get startled that much, but everybody, if if right now a loud noise happened, you would jump. And then you can't go, ha ha, I got you. And it's like, no, that's human reaction. It's not because you're wearing a bloody mask. It's just human reaction. And I'm not that scared. It just happens when things like loud noises or lights turn on or whatever. So I just, it's like, I don't know. It's just like you have to pretend that you're scared when you're not. And
well, it's the same way watching a movie.
And
you have to suspend reality long enough to believe that there is a man in your dreams who can come out and kill you.
But I don't watch a lot of horror films. They're not my kind of genre. I'm not a big horror type of stuff.
So weird.
I love the old kind of cheesy melodramatic stuff. I do like that.
And then you wouldn't be frightened by the ones with religious connotations or demons or anything like that, or possession or ghosts, because you don't believe in any of that.
I mean, I don't believe in vampires or Frankenstein's monsters or witches. Nothing in Halloween. Headless horseman. Nothing in Halloween exists. And that's the whole purpose of Halloween, is trying to make you believe for a second that they exist so they could scare you.
But serial killers exist.
Yeah, but you don't. I mean, there's not a lot of Ted Bundy houses.
That's true.
I did go to a haunted house a few years ago where this is the kind of haunted houses I like. It's almost Disney-ish, where you just walk around and you see a scene happening.
Okay.
Something goes on, and it's like, oh, that was interesting. Then you walk to the next one, and then they act another little scene out. Somebody's dying, or they're in a psych ward, and somebody with, I mean, that kind of thing.
So like that religious hell house that they put on every year.
I've never been to one of those. I don't know.
I've been to one.
Yeah,
It's frightening.
Really?
Like on a different level, frightening.
Well, I mean, it's just, again, it's not, I wouldn't go there. It's not my thing. Now, I like writing horror stuff. I write horror stories. Those are fun. I like to write. But that's the extent of it. That's probably it. I'll probably watch The Lost Boys again this year, and that's it.
Of course.
Yeah.
I was reading an article on the top 10 horror or haunted houses in the nation. And mind you, Netherworld came in at 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But the top one is one that is actually held at a psychiatric hospital, an old psychiatric hospital. I want to say it's the East Philadelphia Hospital, but I'm not positive. I'll have to look it up, and please don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. But in the haunted house part of it, because they don't use the whole hospital, but in the haunted house part of it, there are, like, they will take people from the crowd and strap them to beds and things like that. Like, you have to sign waivers, before you go in there. And sometimes they'll just leave you there, and sometimes they'll torment you, and sometimes they'll scare you, and sometimes they'll take you away from your crowd and completely just, and I would kind of be okay with that.
I just don't need that. It's not my thing.
Now, they also do, in the actual old hospital wards, they do ghost tours because it is said to be haunted.
See, that's my thing. Like, I would go to a cemetery for, like, storytelling.
Yeah.
Ghost tours and things like that.
Yeah.
I like that kind of stuff. I don't like the gore, but I like the mystery. I really like mystery, and I like getting into that kind of scenario where you feel kind of, when you're a kid, you felt a little scary.
Sure.
But a lot of horror now is almost over the top gore, and that's not a criticism. Some people really like that. It's just that's not my kind of style.
Right.
I don't respond to that. But I like and maybe that's why I like the writing of the horror stories. I just like that kind of feel, the air,
That
the
suspense.
mystery building and
Yeah.
all. When you're out in a safe, even though it's a cemetery, but you're out in a safe place and you're sitting there and you're listening to a story and you feel like you're in a safe space, and then all of a sudden something is said where you start kind of creeping out. That to me is fun. That's
and then
when
you hear something crack over in the trees.
that's when you when you're by yourself and you hear a noise at your house and you're like, what is that? I got to go find it. And you're an adult,
Yeah.
so you have to do it,
Right.
So you walk outside and you're like, okay, I can fix this. But deep down inside, you're like, holy shit, this is scary. And you have to pretend like it's not. You're like, you have to like suppress that kid part of you that's like, boogeyman's gonna come out any second.
It's gonna get me.
It's like, no, I gotta check the fuse here.
Like when I wake up in the middle of the night because I thought I heard a noise and it could have been in my dream, and I'm staring into my dark closet and I'm like waiting for something to move in there before I actually let whatever's in the room know I'm awake. You know, that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
That where you're like, I'm a fucking adult. Just get up and turn the light on and go see what it was, right? It's like I think Toffee dropped a toy or something the other night and woke me up because she loves to do that in the middle of the night, find the loudest toy she can possibly find and drop it on the hardwood floor. Yeah.
When I was in college, and I don't know if someone did this on purpose, but every once in a while, like I would work in the library. And I'd be working during the day, and then all of a sudden, you know, I had to go to the restroom, and I would go to the restroom, and I'd be in the restroom, and someone would come into the restroom. They would walk out and turn the light out. And I'm in the restroom, and I mean, it may be different now. I think the law is they have to have emergency lights or something.
Sure.
Then no, you're in complete blackness.
So you don't know if you're clean or not.
Well, that's the point. So now I have to get up and try to find a light in this bathroom, and I'm always afraid that I'm like right about to click on the light and somebody walks in and clicks on the light, and there's like this, I'm walking like a zombie with my pants down, and they're like, what are you doing, dude? And I was like, somebody turn the light out. That would be like, can you imagine walking in a bathroom and flicking the light and somebody standing there with their pants around their ankle, like feeling the air,
around for the walls and the light switch.
I need light. Where's Cheri? What did you do with Cheri? Yeah.
So this is something that I would like to do. A friend of mine and his wife went on a bourbon trail trip through Kentucky. They went to different distilleries to do bourbon tasting and whatnot, whiskey tasting. But they combined it with a haunted house trip. So
where was this?
Through Kentucky.
Okay.
So every place that they stayed, like they stayed at different bed and breakfasts and things like that were supposedly haunted. So they'd go out during the day and do their tastings and enjoy the scenery and see the sights and do the stuff. And then at night they would stay at these supposedly haunted places. I think that's a fun trip. I think any trip you're going to go on where you're traveling through a state or a city or something and you have to stay at different places, you should combine it with a haunted trip like that.
Yeah, I think Atlanta has one of those haunted tours, ghost tours.
Yeah.
Savannah has one. When we were down in Savannah, they had a thing like that. And I believe that it was combined, too, with a lot of the distilleries and stuff.
But the thing is...
Ghosts and booze, spirits and spirits.
Yeah,
that's just the perfect combination.
Yeah. Now,
Oakland
Oakland
Cemetery... the more
Cemetery,
you have, the more ghosts you see.
Oakland Cemetery here in Atlanta, which is a very, very old cemetery. Like,
Right.
It was there before Atlanta burned down. And there's some really there's a lot of history there. Some of it is a little sketchy. You might want to read up on Oakland Cemetery if you ever plan to come to Atlanta and do, just walk around Oakland Cemetery. Bobby Jones is buried there. Anyways, so they do kind of a tour through the cemetery.
I kind of like to go to that.
Yeah, but they're also here in the next, I think it's this weekend maybe, they do 5K runs and stuff to make money for the cemetery, because there's a lot, it's a huge cemetery and it requires a lot of maintenance. Yeah. So they have to raise money for that. So they do the 5K that's happening this weekend, I think is called Run Like Hell. And they do tunes from the tombs. So they'll have music events there and things. It's fun. You should check it out.
Speaking of Halloween, we should mention that we're having a Halloween thing this year on the podcast, and we've actually already gotten a few submissions.
Nice.
So we need more submissions. We would love for you to submit a haunted story for our Halloween podcast, which will be coming up next month.
Got to get them in soon.
As soon as you can. They don't have to be very long. They can be as long as you want. No longer than 10 minutes, 15 minutes. As short as you want. You can do a poem if you want. Something scary and haunted would be ideal for a haunted
or
thing.
Just Halloweeny,
a little less on the weenie than the hallow, but send those in. You can send them to thisepicdisaster@gmail.com if you want to participate and you haven't got your story ready. And we have a few people who have sent us emails saying I want to do something this year, and that'd be great. Let us know and we'll try to save some space for you. It should be fun. We did it at the Life to Kill podcast, and we're going to try to do it on this one. I think it'll be kind of fun. So again, just send it to thisepicdisaster@gmail.com and be a part of our Halloween.
Let's talk about this beer.
Let's do it.
Let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it. Wrap it.
Wrap it. What is that saying about a condom?
I don't know. Whoa. Where did that come from?
No, there's a saying where you have to wrap it. Anyways. Okay.
Wrap it before you crap it?
No, wait a minute.
Who says that?
I don't
say
know.
it.
I don't ever say that. Okay, so let's talk about the beer.
Okay.
Move on from the condom comment.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what condoms are. I don't know what you do with condoms.
That's clear.
I totally don't know.
That's clear.
Mischief
Mischief Managed
Yep.
by Monday Night Brewing. And it's a white wine, barrel-aged, barrel-fermented, no-boil, Berliner style Weisse.
Okay. I like it. I think that's a lot of tries in there. I think they, just I can't get past the sours.
Mm-hmm.
The sour's good, but the flavor of like the white oak, white wine oak
Yeah.
stuff, I can't taste any of that kind of stuff. I don't think. And I think maybe they're trying to put too many flavors into one.
I don't think so.
And I think the sour is the predominant, and I can't taste the other stuff. So I would like to try some of those other, like the raspberries and the wine barrels and all that in a different beer too that isn't quite as covered up. Having said that, I do like it. I like it a lot.
Well, this type of beer is a sour. I mean, so that's what you're getting. The Berliner is a sour.
Yep.
But I definitely get in the back that white wine, that tannic kind of thing that you get when you drink wine.
You're more of a white wine drinker than I am, so
Yeah.
you would probably know.
Yeah, and it's much more subtle in white wine than it is in red wine. But anybody that drinks wine knows what I'm talking about, where it kind of sucks the spit out of your mouth because of the tannins, which comes from the skins of the grapes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Anyways, so I get that at the back end. What the sour does, and what sour does in general, is sour will make you salivate. So you get the sour, it makes you salivate, and then the back end with the white wine tannins kind of takes that away, has that little...
It's a little balanced.
Yeah, and then it's definitely fruity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't deny that.
Very much fruity. Of all the sours we've had, it's one of the fruitiest.
Yeah, it's refreshingly fruity. It's not sickly sweet fruity.
This would be good with a little sparkling water in it, to give it a little bit of.
Make a beer spritzer.
Yeah, could be good.
It might actually be good.
All right, so we're gonna rate this thing.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
You go ahead.
I'm gonna rate it 4. I like it.
I'm impressed. I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Oh.
I like it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and I love the artwork and the name. It just really, I'm kind of Harry Pottered out right now.
Petered.
Not in a bad, oh God, not in a bad way, but in a good way. Like I'm obsessed. I'm playing Harry Potter Wizards Unite on my phone, which is made by the same people that made Pokemon Go, and they made Ingress before that. And
then you're drinking the beer.
I'm drinking the beer. I'm starting the movies again because I'm a moron. And yeah.
Petered on Pottered.
I'm definitely petered out.
Okay. Well, we do want to encourage you to taste the beer if you can.
Yeah, please
Mischief
do.
Managed. I say 4. She says 4.5. I don't think you could lose with it.
I don't think so.
All right. Anything else we need to talk about?
Nope.
I think we talked about everything. We did get. I think we might have gotten some viewer mail. I always say viewer mail, reader mail.
Nobody's watching us.
We can. Well, they should. We need to do some videos. We can read those next week, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Follow us on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter. Find us on Instagram. You can listen to the entire show on YouTube. And there are other places that we are as well.
And Donnie, come see me. I have stickers for you.
And if you want stickers, let us know. We will send you stickers. Otherwise, just listen to the show and subscribe. That's the thing you could do for us the most, is subscribe to the show wherever you download it. If you don't download it, if you're listening it online, we'd love for you to listen to it online. But please subscribe and download it that way, and you will get it free, delivered to you all the time.
Absolutely.
Every Monday, that's when we're here. And that's it. That's all we got.
All right. Have a great night.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
This is a Violet Jester Media podcast.